welcome to another episode of, the Niche Girls podcast. I'm Kristen.
Hi, Yolanda.
And I'm Jessie.
Yay! So it's so good to be back this week with you guys. We are going to finish up our Parks by Design series today. We're going to talk about our favorite designs in our collection from Animal Kingdom and wrap that series up for you guys. We're so excited. And if you're watching us on YouTube, you have a little sneak peek of some of the designs because Yolanda and Jessie are wearing t-shirts and it was really hot, so I did. I was like, you guys look good, but I'm sweating in my office.
It's warm.
It's warm in here. Well, I have like the light on my face too, and it's just like it like creates heat. I swear, like
It
that.
gets hot.
It gets hot.
Yeah.
So I applaud you guys for being on theme, whereas I'm just gonna switch it.
I mean, I was just in a spirit jersey for our last episode, so like I could wear a t-shirt now, right?
There you
There you
go.
go.
There you go.
So yeah, before we start, how is everybody doing? Getting close to Halloween.
Yes.
This Halloween.
I'm hoping to really go back to the parks. I avoided them, so the last time I went to the parks was August 9th, and then I went to Epcot the other day. So
Oh my
I avoided
God.
them for 2 whole months. I went August
Wow.
9th and was so disgusted by the heat that I was like, I can't do this again.
Yeah. Well,
So
the heat's
I'm
better
hoping
now, but
to,
it's crowded in October. It's crowded.
yes. Yeah, so I'm
Yeah.
hoping to start going back a little bit more, though, because it was just too much.
I will
we're
miss
getting
the
into
Halloween
October.
decorations, though. I will say.
Yeah. They
Those are
ripped
my
them away
favorite.
from us really quickly, honestly. Like the second that Halloween's over, they're like, get it down, get it down.
I know. I'm not excited about that.
Not
I'm
as big
hoping
one.
so. Like for Disneyland, I'll be there October 31st until November 6th, and I'm really hoping that I'm in like a middle window. So
You might just see Christmas.
Halloween's over, but Christmas doesn't start until the 12th in Disneyland. So I don't know when they switch their decorations.
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't
Interesting.
think they do it immediately, so I'm hoping I still get some of that fall vibe, and then
I hope so.
maybe I'll get a Christmas also. I don't know. Maybe I'll get it plain, which I've never seen. So I
Yeah.
don't know.
I
Yeah,
don't know.
we're gonna see. I'm excited. So
Maybe you'll get a tree, like at least a Christmas tree. Maybe.
maybe. I don't know. Maybe in downtown Disney.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure how that's gonna go, but I'll let you guys know because I'm
Yeah.
Yeah.
curious.
Please
I'll be
keep us
posting it all
updated.
over Niche anyway. So
I'm excited to learn how it goes, honestly.
yeah, yeah. I don't know.
I don't love Christmas decorations. Halloween decorations I obviously love. So I hope you get like a little bit of plain in there, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, assuming our flight goes as planned and everything is on time, we are planning to go to Disneyland on Halloween. So I'll at least get like the Halloween vibes at Disneyland. I'll get the big pumpkin for sure. Again,
Yeah.
assuming all flights go as planned and on
There you go.
time.
What airline are you flying?
Southwest.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Good
I'm
chance.
excited. It'll be good. And then my mom will be here watching the cats, so super thankful for that.
Yeah, that's good.
So it's like I have a house sitter, which is great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to Magic Kingdom on Halloween, so that'll be cute. We'll be on tour.
I know, the day after your wedding, it'd be so fun.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Meeting
I
at
know.
Cinderella's or whatever. You know.
Ugh, can't wait for photos.
Yeah. David's never eaten there, so it should be fun.
That'll be so good. Are you guys dressing up?
We just have two little skeleton shirts, like a bride and groom.
Cute.
That's it.
Cute.
That'll be cute.
You know.
I
But
love
I'm excited for you to go back to Disneyland just because.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
it would be fun.
Alright.
I'm
Are
excited.
you guys? Do your kids have Halloween costumes, Kristen?
Yes. So
What are they?
We do. So my son is being a creeper from Minecraft.
Okay, I know what it is.
He's got like a
know
mask
what it
with
is.
like a green thing. Yeah, Jessie saw it. She was over. And then my
Yeah.
daughter picked out like a witch costume, but it doesn't. It looks more like a Halloween princess costume. It's like an orange
It's-
tulle skirt.
Yeah, it's like an orange dress with like a witch hat. So she's like cute, but she's kind of like a princessy witch.
Yeah,
I
it's
love
not
her.
like
Yeah.
creepy witch. It's like, and then
Yeah.
it looks like a princess dress, but in like black and orange, and even
Right.
there's
Yeah.
like flowers on like the witch hat. So it's this like crossover. I thought for sure they're getting into Harry Potter now. So for school, like I'm making her read the books because they have to read every night, and they've seen the movies. I thought for sure they were gonna pick like their houses, like robes.
Yeah.
So like we're at Target where they're like super affordable too, and I was like, here you go, here you go, here you go, and they were like,
Yeah, here are your robes.
yeah, I was like, they're right. Well, they didn't have Slytherin, which was
You're
absolute
like,
trash.
have you
No,
seen
I
it?
know. When I went to my Target, I was so upset because I wanted a Slytherin one. I don't want to buy it in the parks. They're very expensive in the
So
parks.
expensive at
And I was gonna buy it
Universal.
on Amazon, but it's like you don't know the quality. And I was like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, Target is gonna have them for Halloween. I'm gonna go look. And they didn't have any Slytherin. They
No.
had Hufflepuff and Gryffindor, and
Yeah,
that's
that's what
it.
they had at mine too, just Hufflepuff and Gryffindor. I was like, hello,
Like, what
Where's my
about
what's going on?
Slytherin ones?
But my daughter is a Hufflepuff, so I was like, they
Right.
have a robe, and I was like, get it, like, because then you
she
could wear it to
is?
She
Universal, and
is.
just
And
it was
Hunter's a
funny too.
Slytherin.
She was so upset because like my husband's a Ravenclaw, and then me and my son are Slytherins, and she's like, I'm just a Hufflepuff. I was like, Yolanda's a Hufflepuff, and she was like, oh, okay.
I want to be a Ravenclaw so bad though. It's my like that's the house I think in the
Big for
game
Ravenclaw.
I think in the game I'm playing as either Ravenclaw or Slytherin. I think. I
Yeah.
don't think I'm a Hufflepuff in the
What
game.
is David?
He's a Ravenclaw.
Okay, all of our guys are
Yeah.
Ravenclaws.
That's so
Okay.
funny.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It makes sense because most of them are pretty like brainy and stuff. So it's like
Yeah.
true.
So
it's on
interesting.
brand.
We got some
But I
smarties.
want to. I've always wanted.
But
to be
yeah, they did not. They did not go for the robes. And then I was thinking, great, like I'd get a Halloween costume, and like then I'd get the robe. So when we go to
Yeah.
like the Universal, then
Yeah,
I'd
it's
like
double
kill two birds
use.
with one stone. But
And they were like, no.
I might just grab her the Hufflepuff one like this week
Do
while
it.
she's at school. Just like go get it
Yeah.
and keep it because like you can't beat the price. It's like, and they were on sale too. They were like 20 something bucks.
I was gonna
Like
say it's like $20. Yeah.
yeah. So
I will say too, that's a very good tip in general. If you're planning to visit and want those pictures, Target robe you can like easily roll up to and carry in a backpack. Whereas like
Yeah.
the ones in Harry Potter World, they're like $150 and they are
yeah.
so heavy.
So
They are
thick.
not made for Florida weather
No,
at
and
all.
they have like the ties there at whatchamacallit at Target, and they have like the
Target.
scarves and everything in each, and they did have those in all the houses. They just didn't have the robes, so
Right.
they have like fake wands there too. So
We'll have to
Yeah.
keep checking. If you see a Slytherin robe, grab me one.
I'm gonna go this
Yeah.
week, so I'll keep my eyes peeled for
Keep
the
your
Slytherin.
eyes peeled.
Yes.
Yeah.
I need
So
one.
yeah, so that's where we're at. So we have a
Yeah.
creeper and a fancy princess witch.
I love
I love
that.
that.
That's what we got
It's so
going
fun.
on. Yep. So, Animal Kingdom, we'll dive right in.
Yes.
So again, in this series, we talk about the three of us, our personal favorite designs from this park, and we're going to talk a little bit about what inspired them and what we love about them. So, Jessie, why don't you go first?
Sure. So I'm a slacker and I don't have my design in hand, but Kristen has my design in
Yeah.
hand.
Yes.
So typically I would talk about my Hello There puppet because my dino puppet is amazing. He is my favorite. I'm obsessed with him, but I have talked about him before. So just
Yeah.
keep in mind he is my favorite of all time, favorite of Animal
Yeah.
Kingdom. But today I'm picking a different one because again, already been there, done that,
He's
talked about
exhausted.
him.
Hello there.
Exhausted him, but I'm obsessed with him and I always will be. Just keep that in mind. But today I picked Kite Tails.
Yes.
So I freaking love our Kite Tails designs.
I
It's
do
really
too.
cute.
They are so cute. When we first got these designs done, I looked at them and I was like, "Oh my, how did you they look like balloons, but they're not balloons. It's on a
Yeah, they're
sticker.
so
Like, what
cute.
how did you do that?" She just did such a good job. I love how the clouds look. I love how the sky looks. They really look like they're flying in the sky. And then Kite Tails, like, that was just such a special, like, show for me. I really wish it lasted longer. And I was
I know.
super upset when I left. It was kind of one of those things coming out of COVID. It was like, oh, here's a new, fun show for you. We're going to
Outdoor
fly kites
experience.
on jet skis in this lovely socially distanced amphitheater, which is
Yeah.
huge and amazing.
Such a
And
waste
then they
of
throw the
space now.
kites onto the decks, which is just funny because then they just like tumble.
It was. The
It was
best.
great. I loved it. The music was a bop. The performers are amazing with their little,
Yeah.
their little sticks with their little things on them, the monkeys and
Yeah.
the elephants, and it was a very like classic show. It brought out a lot of the classics. It wasn't like newsy stuff. It was like Hakuna Matata, Lion King. It
Yeah.
was Bare Necessities from
Yeah.
Jungle Book.
Old school
Um,
jams.
yeah, it was old school stuff, and that's why I really loved it. So it just kind of has that special place in my heart. That's one thing that my dad never saw, and my
Yeah.
dad, like, he would come up to Disney every year, But recently it's been like every other year. And he just like missed that gap with kite tails at Animal Kingdom. And that's something that like we're water skiers, we kneeboard, he has a boat, like we do water
Yeah.
sports. So the fact that like it was on jet skis with big kites, like I've shown him videos and he's like, "That's so cool. Is it still there?" And I'm like, "No, it's not." Like it sucks that it's not. But I loved it so much. I just thought it was so fun.
Yeah,
I
my
think it was
family, my mom
cute.
never got to see it either, and I think my sister caught a little bit of it, but my mom never got
Yeah.
to.
It was short-lived and I really wish that it lasted longer.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like that park doesn't have, I mean, there is a lot to do there, don't get me wrong, but that was such a great thing to do, like,
Yeah.
with kids. Again, like, if you just needed to, like, there's not a lot, I don't know, like, I don't ride Everest, and my husband does, but my kids don't. So, like, if he was on that, it was like, oh, okay, well, we'll just, like, go watch that real quick. Because there was pretty much always a show, like, every hour or whatever it
Yeah.
was. Like, they did one pretty
Yeah.
frequently. Um, so, again, just something cute that, like, kids would like. So I don't understand the point of
I don't know why we took that away.
getting rid of
I
it
don't
to not
know.
even
Like
replace it with anything like that.
it's just
That
a
Yeah, I
waste
whole
of
think,
space.
amphitheater just
yeah,
sits there
because
empty
now
now.
that
Like,
amphitheater just sits there. It,
I
it
don't
just
get
kind of
it.
sits.
And like
Yeah.
everything
It's
they
still,
tried to do in there, like Rivers of Light, Kite Tails, they just like it doesn't last. I feel like that amphitheater has like some bad mojo because it like they
Yeah,
try
bad
things
juju.
there and then they're like, nah, it doesn't work. What?
I liked Rivers
Yeah.
of Light because I think, it was a great night show, and also, like, if you did try to watch Kite Tails, definitely, during the summer, it was rough. There's no shade in that amphitheater, so
Yeah.
you were dying. But Kite Tails, it holds, like, a special place in my heart, because I was, working, in the blogging space at that time, and in general, you always liked getting assigned to Animal Kingdom because it is a smaller park and more enjoyable. So
It is.
and there was less breaking news coming out of Animal Kingdom. Their store does tend to get ears randomly every so often, but so you always knew that, like, you weren't going to be, like, as stressed. And then to add that, like, if you needed to sit down, you had the excuse of, like, I can get Kite Tails footage. It was
Yeah.
just amazing. So I would always sit down and watch it, and I could send some videos in, and I really enjoyed Kite Tails. And I also love, like, our sticker has the what goes up must come down, because they added that
Yeah.
audio. That audio wasn't at the beginning, and they added that because it blew up on social media
Yeah.
that the floats kept failing and flying into the bleachers. And then so they started adding announcements afterwards, like, this is the landing zone, this is supposed
This
to
is
happen,
supposed
like,
to happen.
they're not crashing, because so many reels were being made of these things, like, tumbling into the.
Well, it
But I
did
will
look
say,
like very
it looked
funny.
so funny.
Yeah.
I loved it.
I'll
It was
try to
great.
find the video somewhere to share. It looked so
Oh, it was
funny, and it was
hilarious.
Yeah.
a good giggle.
Yeah.
But yeah, the performers, they had the puppets in the different sections and with the elephants, and there were different balloons for different shows. So we
Yeah.
have two of the balloons on our sticker, but there was a Simba balloon, um,
And we
a
have
Timon,
ideas for the
Yeah.
Simba ones too,
a
but
Pumbaa balloon, I believe. It was just,
He
it
had like
was
Timon's
so
on his
fun,
back,
and
like
like
flying.
Jessie and Kristen said, like,
Holding
if,
on.
yeah.
yeah, just something
So
to
cute.
entertain your family without a line, without having to queue up for it. You didn't need to get to it early. You could literally walk in while it was happening. It's
Well, and there's
great.
that like
It's
Thirsty
Yeah.
great.
River bar
I
over
know.
there too. So you could like that's what we did a couple times. We just like got a
At
drink
Everest.
and then like got the kids like a juice or whatever, a snack, and then just like sat and watched the show. It's a nice way to
Yeah.
pass a couple minutes, you know,
I
like
know.
sitting down. So
Yeah,
Yeah. I
I
loved it.
hope they add something else. I hope they even, like, like, I think how Lights Motor Action, I think there was, like, water sports involved with that. Like, it could just be a water sports show. Just something to breathe some life into that
Yeah, and I
amphitheater.
honestly I think it's a very Florida thing too, like with the jet skis. Like that's
It is.
something that, people from out of town, they don't get to see very often. So I thought it was so cool that they put the jet skis in the water and then flew with the kites with them. Like I thought it was
Yeah.
so cool. Like I don't know if you guys have ever heard of Cypress Gardens, but
Yes,
that is, yeah, so Cypress Gardens is the old Legoland basically.
it
So it's
is.
Legoland now. But it was Cypress Gardens before Legoland, and they used to have water sports. They had water skiing shows. People would walk around in these really pretty Belle costumes, but like the water skiers were so amazing, and that show was so
Yes.
popular because they're water skiers. People, that's not an average thing that people
mm-mm.
see. Same with the jet skis. So I thought that they just didn't advertise kite tails well enough for people to be like,
Yeah.
oh, there's jet skis and kites. Like it was just kind of one of those shows that just like popped up and then they took it away. Like
Yeah.
if they would have advertised it more, like come see these jet skiers pull these kites, but they didn't really do that.
They
So it
didn't.
was
It was just like
unfortunate.
a COVID placement. But
Yeah,
I've never
exactly.
met another person who knows what Cypress Gardens is, so
I
that's
was one
why.
of the bells at Cypress Gardens multiple
Gosh, that's
times.
the
I
first
have
place.
pictures. I'll put it up.
It's the first place and first time I ever saw the Jonas Brothers. So
Oh my god.
perform. And I sat, I think it was, I only had to buy a park ticket. The concert was free. It was very cheap. And then I got to meet them by asking. We just
By
asked. My
asking.
mom literally was like, hey, she really loves them. Can she meet them? And the security guard was like, yeah, sure. They're right in there. And like just let us in the room. Like they were walking around the park all day. They had just I think their first album was About Time or It's About Time.
Yeah.
And there was songs like Mandy and stuff. And anyways, they weren't popular yet, but your girl knew about them. So
They
I
went to my
saw
high
and met
school.
Jesse McCartney there.
yeah, I've actually
I
been
still love him.
quite depressed because this is the first time the Jonas Brothers are in my town, and I've never seen them.
You
I've
didn't
seen them
go?
live. I've seen them live 14 times, but that's a whole nother story. I'm
Oh
not
my
friends
god.
with not friends with a friend anymore, and so I thought that if I went, I would just sob the whole time. So
get
I
that.
didn't go,
Didn't go.
and I'm regretting it.
I totally would have gone with you. So next time they come in town, we can change that.
Thank you. I'm also Team Sophie, so I didn't feel like it was right to give Joe Jonas money right now.
Got it.
Queen of the North, everyone.
We're not going to get into that.
Yeah, go Game of Thrones, okay?
Oh boy.
Anyways, I'll go
Anyways,
next.
back to Animal Kingdom designs. Jesse, that was yours. Yolanda.
Okay, mine is it's one of like the first ones we pitched when we were coming up with the company.
We forgot about her.
Mine is Divine, the Stilt Walker. My honorary mention one was gonna be Betty the Yeti, but I've never ridden the ride. I just like the process of creating her, so I'm choosing Divine.
Yeah.
A couple reasons. So Divine, again, when I was like assigned to the parks all the time, I was never able to find her. And then we had someone on our team who was always like really good at finding her, and I could never see her. And then finally, like one day, she started appearing a bit more. But I also have a picture with her. I don't know where the picture is, or I would offer to put it on our stories. I don't know. I have a picture with her. The only time I went to Disney World, as you guys know, was there was a really large gap. I went as a kid, and then I went when I was in the DCP, and with my parents when my sister did trips. But I went in 5th grade to Animal Kingdom for a field trip for Environmental Day. And I have a picture with Divine, and my mom was a chaperone, and it was a great day. So,
It's a great
Divine
day.
holds a close place in my heart. In the spring, she blooms.
Yeah.
So, for like Earth Day and during spring, instead of just being her normal, like, viney self, she's covered in flowers. I love that they do that. I love any time that Disney adds a little bit of, like, seasonal change.
Yeah, me
Okay?
too.
Like, would I love a fall Divine? Yes, but I understand it might look a bit odd because she wouldn't be able to hide. But I would love a
I
fall
would
Divine.
love a fall divine.
Yeah.
I know, but everything in Animal Kingdom is so green, so there'd be nowhere for her
Yeah,
to,
but like the flowers don't
hide.
hide either. They're bright pink.
Yeah, and she could be burgundy, more
Yeah,
like,
you
Yeah.
could do like, yeah, you could just do
Oh.
You'd
like
be a
darker
fall
colors.
divine.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. The hidden
Agreed.
Mickey on our Divine design is also really cute. It's in the
Yes.
grapes. Like, they look like grapes at least, right in her head, so...
Yeah.
I just really love this one. It is a rather like smaller design on a magnet, but when people see it like on our cups and stuff, they do recognize it. And like I said, my friend Carrie is a stilt walker, so I love stilt performers. I think they're a fun addition to parks. And
They are.
while adults
talent.
might not always like, it's a person on stilts, kids' reactions to stilts are always hilarious. First of all,
cool.
a lot of kids really will think Divine is like an alive branch because
yeah.
she moves so slow and creepy. So if you have a child imagination, you really think that the tree has come alive. But in terms of normal stilt walkers, there is literally kids that will be like, "How did you get so tall?" Or like, "How did you get up there?" Like they just don't know
Goes
that
right
their
over their head.
legs are connected to pegs. So I just absolutely love it. And I have never seen a shop with Divine merchandise ever. I've seen a shop with, like with the yellow leggings girl. I've seen a shop
Yeah.
with like Rainbow Tunnel, and I've definitely seen art of like the Wonky Hippo throughout Disney World space now, but I have never seen Divine merch, or I've also never seen the shirt I'm wearing. So I love when our shop and our artists and like our three brains can do that and can bring to life things that like even if they might not sell well, that if someone who's a massive Disney fan can look at our shop and be like, oh my god, they have this and I've never seen this. So
Yeah,
that's one of my favorite things to be able to do is just like I've never seen this on a shirt or on
I
a
know. Me
cover.
too. I love doing that. And that's, I mean, even with Hello There, like with our Dino Puppet, like
Yeah.
that's just one of those things that like we were all three obsessed with. We were like, yes, this is a design.
Yeah.
Same with Divine. Yes.
And the cast members will see like the hello there when you going on the ride if you're wearing the shirt and they'll be like, "Oh my god!" like right
Amazing.
away.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because
the
they
Beastly
know.
Kingdom, I get stopped. Cast members stop me
Divine
all the
Really?
too.
time with Beastly Kingdom. Yeah, and they're like,
That's
"That's
cute.
amazing," and I'm like, "Why, thank you."
You're like,
Yeah.
yeah.
I know where you can get a shirt
Love it.
just like this.
You're like, I do know how you can get one.
I know how you can get your hands on this. Yeah. Yeah, they stopped me for that. I forget what else I
Yeah.
got stopped at. Kite tails, I got stopped. Mickey and Minnie, actually. I think I have footage of me. I'm wearing my kite tail shirt, and I was at Adventurers Outpost with my family, doing the Mickey and Minnie meet and greet. And Mickey and
Yeah.
Minnie were like obsessed with my kite tail shirt. They were like, pointing and like doing the heart and like
Aw.
they loved it so much. I think I actually did post that picture. It was a while ago,
Probably.
but
It's so cute.
they loved it.
I always get compliments on Hello There. That's like,
Yeah. When
yeah,
I met
it's
Figment
crazy.
in the Figment Halloween bucket, like he was freaking out, and then the cast member was like, "I need to get one of the like that's so cool." I was like, "Thank you, I make them," but the line was really long, so I didn't like
Yeah.
have time. But she was freaking out about it, so it's like always fun to be able to like get those reactions. So
Yeah,
I love
it is.
that.
I love it.
For sure.
All right,
Yeah.
Kristen, what is
Kristen,
your
what is yours?
favorite?
So mine would be, well, what I'm gonna pick. I like all of them, honestly. I'm like staring at them all. I have them like in front of me.
It's hard.
So,
It's really hard.
I'll show them all. But mine would probably
The Yeti kills
be.
me.
See, look, I'm gonna do a little fan here.
You're like, do do do.
So if you're
do,
watching
do,
us
let's
on
have them
YouTube,
all.
I have them all out so you can see.
Literally all in her
Me
My
hand.
trying to pick. We
favorite-
only have like 4, right? No.
No, we have quite a few.
No.
I'm gonna go
Yeah.
with Beastly Kingdom as my favorite. I just like, yeah, Yolanda's wearing the shirt. I like the sticker. I love the design. I think it's great. I love how it kind of looks like the logo, and we like just took the dragon out. I love that. But I love the story behind it because I think it's just a really interesting story, and I love that you can still find little pieces of what could have
Little
been
details.
in
Yeah.
the park. So if you don't know, Beastly Kingdom was supposed to be where Pandora is, but they ran out of money back in the late 90s, so they couldn't do both Beastly Kingdom and Dinosaur, so Michael Eisner went with the dinosaur-themed land because not the Good Dinosaur, the one before, just Dinosaur, I think it's called, the one with
Dinosaur.
Aladar, that was
Yeah.
coming out, so they like kind of thought that was going to be a bigger deal and more popular than it wound up being. So they went with the Dinosaur Land, and they were going to build Beastly Kingdom later, and it was just Camp Mini Mickey for a long time, which we actually too have talked about doing a Camp Mini Mickey sign sticker, which
Yes.
is really cute.
It was cool.
So they just put Mickey, Camp Mini Mickey there, which if you'll remember, it just had the theater in it, and it was like a character meet and greet, and they were gonna, build Beastly Kingdom later, but alas, it was not to
They
be,
never did.
and we got Pandora instead, which is fine. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't really care about like the movies so much.
We got Satuli Canteen, okay?
Yeah,
and what a
some
win.
good the ride is
We
great.
did.
Like
What a win.
Yeah, I mean, whatchamacallit, not I don't even know the name of the ride. Flight of Passage. My God.
Flight of Passage.
Flight of
It's
yeah.
Passage.
okay. I failed in trivia the other day because I didn't know the water ride name.
Navi River.
Literally
Journey.
lost.
See, that one I know because my kids
That
like
one.
that one.
Nope. Couldn't think of it. I kept saying the way of water, and I literally lost the bonus round because I couldn't
Navi River.
River.
think of it.
So we got Pandora, which is fine. I think again, like there's some missed opportunities in Pandora. It needs a little bit more, but the food is good and it's really pretty for the most part. So fine. But I really do think that like Beastly Kingdom would have been such a better
Such a good addition.
addition.
So cool. I just like that it's different. It's
Yeah.
not like, it's more artsy, fun,
there was supposed to be
not
like
realistic
a
animals.
roller coaster where like you encounter a dragon, and then like there was gonna be like a kind of like a bad dragon creatures, and then like the unicorn side. So kitty cat.
I know.
He wants to
so
play.
I think Jesse's cat is very playful. He's at that age.
It's really cute.
But yeah, I think it just would have been cool, and I love the little details that are still there. So there's like a dragon head on one of the ticket booths as you're walking in, and one of the parking lots is still named Unicorn. And then on the Animal King logo, you can see there's like a dragon.
Yeah. On all the like the benches outside by like the Uber area and stuff, you can still see the dragon with the lineup of animals.
Yeah.
Yep.
So there's
So,
still
I
like,
love that dragon.
and you can still see too, like as you're walking into Pandora, there's a rock formation that's a dragon head that was supposed to be like that whole. There used to be a boat ride around there, and there was like little nods to like a dragon that was around there. At one point, they had like steam was coming out of a cave, and then
That's so
for a very
cute.
brief time, they had like these knights that were like kind of stuck on stakes that were like supposed to have fought the dragon and lost. But I think people, much like the dead elephant in
That was not.
it
Yeah,
was
the
Safari,
poking.
like pretty much right out of the gate, people were like, "That's a little dark, so we're gonna nix that."
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah,
I think a really like it would have been other than like how cool it would have been, right? I think as we know, Animal Kingdom is kind of also split up by countries, and I think they could have done a lot with like mythical creatures celebrated or like told in those countries. So like
Agreed.
Asia does had a lot of like dragon stories, but also Africa, India, like all of those areas represented Nepal. Like Nepal has like an actual kind of lore around Everest other than just the Yeti, where they think it is genuinely protected by a spirit, and if you don't summit, then that's why it doesn't want you to, or you haven't respected the land. So I think they could have really incorporated all the stories of Animal Kingdom into one place with Beastly Kingdom,
Yeah.
and like. And like really gone more into like a Yeti, a dragon, and they just didn't do it.
They just didn't
Yeah.
do it.
I
And
think-
yeah, that's why like I'm so upset that they didn't do Beastly Kingdom, only because like that, like I said, like that would be fantasy. Like it would add a little fantasy to the realistic, and I think that's
Yeah.
what you need. That's what you crave at Disney, is you want to be in the Disney bubble. You want that bit of fantasy, that bit of magic, and I think it really would have added that. And I mean, Pandora, you do get that with Pandora,
Yeah.
but it's not the same. Like it's not dragons and
Yeah.
coasters. It's
Yeah, to an extent, you do kind of need to have a background of the movie if you're going
You
to
do.
go into Pandora. To an extent, like I've
Yeah.
only seen like the
pretty.
TV version of the movie and
Pretty.
only little snippets of it, so like I kind of get it, but I've never watched it. I didn't see the sequel. I don't care.
I don't remember the first, but I
Don't
did watch
really.
Way of Water.
It's not. I don't know.
I like
If
the
it's
first
not-
better than the second.
Listen,
The second I got bored. I was like, eh.
if it's not,
There's a really sad scene of whale hunting in the second, and so I almost walked out,
Yeah.
even though it was a
Yeah.
fake whale. I have a thing
Yeah.
about whales, and so I literally considered walking out of the film.
yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't
If
ideal.
it's not a late '80s, early '90s film with Christopher Lloyd in it, I'm pretty much just not interested. Like
We were just talking
yeah,
about this the other day.
I just.
So funny.
It's got to be from that era, and it really needs Christopher Lloyd, and then you have my full attention. But if it's not, I'm pretty much just not interested. So
You're like, nah, I'm good.
no, thank you. I just think Beastly Kingdom would have been cooler, and I think I'm kind of irritated with this whole talk of getting rid of Dino Land to put some sort of tropics. I think Dino Land
No.
needs to stay, and I think this would have been a better
Agreed.
addition. Beastly Kingdom would
Yeah.
have been a better addition, and then it would have been
Yeah.
more well-rounded. And I
think Dino Land just makes so much sense. It just like they
can-
could renovate it, but
I was
it's
gonna
so
say you can refurb it a little bit, but you don't have to take it down.
yeah, I don't understand.
It's so
the point of that.
educational, and dinosaurs were such an important part of the Animal Kingdom. Like
people
of
love
actual
dinosaurs.
history. So yeah, and I also really want to make a Chester and Hester sticker where he's with the nibble of the sign and his.
Yes.
I'm obsessed with them. I love those dinos.
Just
So
like
Me too.
Just think about Restaurantosaurus for a minute and the story in that restaurant
Yes.
alone, like the detail and the story
cool.
behind it with the students and all of that. Like that's a restaurant. That's a quick service restaurant. I mean, it used to be sit down, but like
With the story.
with this incredibly detailed story and props, and you're just gonna be like, nah, never mind, we'll put some Encanto stuff here and an Indiana Jones, right? No, nobody's asking for that. No one is asking for that, Disney.
no one I've met is that.
wants
No
it.
one I've met.
No one wants that. Just keep it the way it
No.
is. And again, if you want to build another land, just build another
Fine.
land. Again, I've said this a million times. I sound like a broken record. Why do we have something taken away from us to get something new? I'm tired of it.
Yeah.
So like you
Definitely
can
need that.
this is what the people want, Disney. People want Beastly Kingdom.
It is.
Every time they see us wearing the shirts or like the sticker is a
Yeah.
really great seller, like because that's what people
Like
want. So
excited. I think in
know.
general, people would just be really really excited for fresh new stories.
yeah.
And like stories that's the thing, that's the really cool thing about Everest is like they never really, yeah, they can renovate and they can make sure the ride's operating, but it's an original story, so they don't have to worry about has the new generation seen this movie
Yeah.
because it's not a movie. It's
It's not a movie.
it's its own story,
Everest
and
is actually
I
the
love
last
that.
original ride that was built. Everything that's followed it has some sort
Tragic.
of
Movie.
IP behind it.
I know.
I hate that.
And that opened what in like the late
Yeah.
90s or something or early 2000s? I don't know.
I remember it on Disney Channel, so I think early 2000s.
Yeah.
I remember
Yeah.
them promoting it.
So
But yeah, I agree. I think Beastly Kingdom. I think it just would have been so cool, and like I said, like dinosaurs are very important historically to the animal kingdom. Like not to the park animal kingdom, to the actual kingdom of
to
it,
the
To the actual kingdom of animals.
to the actual Earth. So I just
To Earth
I
in
just
general.
think that. To literal Earth, to history.
Yeah.
So I think Beastly Kingdom just makes more sense with animal like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it would have been really
Just-
cool and I would have loved
it
to
could
have
be
seen
so
it. And I
pretty.
don't know, I'm holding out hope that one day like they'll come to their senses and be like, "Oh, maybe we should dust off this concept and do something with it."
I really think they should consider it.
I think they also should consider it, but I don't think they're going to.
You never know, Jesse. You never know. We could
You
get
never
another
know.
CEO 10 years from
A
now
girl can
who
dream.
like finds this like book and is like, you know,
What is this?
Blow the dust off.
Beastly Kingdom. Yes. So
he like it's all the drawings, like all the art concept. He blows it off. He's like, "You don't mind
Yes.
a book."
We can only hope and
I
dream,
know.
honestly.
So
One day.
listen up, CEO 10 CEO 10 years from now. Go in that idea
oh my
room
god, it'll
and
probably
grab
still be
that.
Bob Iger. They just can't.
I know.
It's gonna be there forever, I feel.
Forever.
Well,
Anyways,
We all hope.
but-
on that note, if you have a favorite Animal Kingdom design, make sure you tell us because we want to know, and we can even put a little poll
Yes.
up in stories.
Yeah.
We can even put a poll up in stories about how much you would like to see Beastly Kingdom because we want to
Or
see it.
tell us some new Animal Kingdom designs.
Yeah.
yeah, what do you want to see? Like, do
Yeah.
you agree with Chester and Hester in the bite? Like,
Yeah.
Yes.
We're always looking for
It's okay if
ideas.
it's not a dinosaur, but if it's a dinosaur, I'd feel better about it. But you tell us.
Oh boy.
Okay,
Love
because the skeleton dinosaur with the Santa hat at the entrance to
Yeah, that's
Dinoland,
cute.
Yes. I love him.
he's cute.
He's so cute.
All right, guys. Well,
But tell us.
you can get 10% off on any of the designs that we talked about today for listening to the podcast with code podcast10. That's PODCAST, the number 10. And just a reminder, we are through the end of the year on an every other week schedule with the podcast because our lives are crazy. So
Yes. We all have jobs,
we
plural.
are crazed and even
This is our fun job.
yeah, finding
Yeah.
time to even do one podcast is like 5 days worth of text messages back and forth between
Yeah.
the three of us. So,
Yeah.
I love it though.
yeah, so we love doing it and we hope that you like hearing from us and we love hearing from you. So make sure you get in touch and tell us your ideas for Animal Kingdom and even your topics for podcasts too would be great.
Yeah. Anything.
So-
Just say hi if you need to. I don't care.
I love it.
Yeah.
So yeah, we will see you in a few weeks. Take care. Bye guys.
Talk
Thank
to
you.
later.
Bye guys.
Bye.